Your news breaks, whatever it takes. NBC News.
Would you like to meet some of America's hottest and most interesting singles? Call 900 Phone Friends now.
Call 1-900-420-DATE. Meet exciting singles from across America.
Make a new friend now. Just pick up your phone and call 900 Phone Friends.
Call 1-900-420-DATE. $2 for the first minute and $2 each additional minute.
Singles from across America are waiting to hear from you. Call. Make new phone friends now.
Do you have an invention or a new product idea and don't know where to turn? Maybe we can help you. Call TLCI now and we'll send you our free information package. We work with people like you every day. If you have an invention or a new product idea, why wait? Our phone answers 24 hours a day. So call TLCI now for your free information package. In the U.S. or Canada, call toll-free 1-800-468-7200, 24 hours a day.
Hi, Ben the Bowling Pin, back to tell you about another way you can bowl for kids' sake. The more guys like me you knock down, the more money raised for big brothers and big sisters of Kentuckiana. Coyote Calhoun and John Belsky are getting their teams ready. They'll tell you how.
Thanks, Ben. Organize a team of bowlers from where you work and ask for donations from friends and family.
Whoa, nice try. Tell them more, John.
All team members will bowl for free and everyone's eligible for great prizes.
Join John and Coyote and bowl for kids' sake. Call 587-0494.
Nobody pays much attention to Julie at school. Her teachers say she's an indifferent student. Her classmates call her a loner, kind of strange. But what Julie really is a sexually abused child. And there are thousands more just like her suffering in silence all over Kentucky. Maybe people would understand the way Julie acts during the day if they knew what's waiting for her when she comes home at night.
Support the Cancer Society's Daffodil Days.
As a public service, Wave 3 presents a rebroadcast of Wave 3 News Nightcast from earlier this evening.
Kentucky school reform bill back on track tonight after a brush with disaster. I'm Don Schroeder. That's our top story tonight.
And I'm Pia Cummings. A train accident in the West End kills a Louisville man tonight. And we'll tell you why this single teepee is getting so much attention in southern Indiana.
This is Wave 3 News Nightcast for Wednesday, March 21st.
Good evening. The Kentucky House of Representatives passed the school reform bill tonight, but without much help from Jefferson County legislators. Farrell Wellman was there and has this report.
Tempers are short, the tension is heavy, the stakes are high, and the governor is on hand as the House of Representatives votes on the massive school reform bill. Several attempts are made to alter the measure, which creates a new education system and raises more than $1 billion in taxes. Top Democrats try to protect the plan put together by the task force on school reform.
Now, this task force had good things in mind when it started. We have sat here today and chipped away, and we're not going to have anything left when we get through.
Urban legislators threaten to abandon ship after the bill is changed, so many rural counties won't have to raise local taxes. But leaders got the House to undo that change and keep the tax plan intact. The bill passes 59-41.
In this state, with the action that was taken today, we have moved further into the 21st century than any state or any nation or any other entity in the world. And it was a great, great act that was passed today.
The Speaker says he had a few anxious moments.
I think the House of Representatives stood tall today and passed a good bill, and I'm pleased with it.
The Speaker of the House says he's very disappointed that more than half of the Jefferson County legislators voted against the school reform bill.
A lot of people were very dissatisfied about the taxes. That was one of their biggest problems. That was my problem.
The historic bill goes now to the state Senate, where some surgery is possible. At the state capitol, Farrell Wellman, Wave 3 News, Nightcast.
Representative Pretty says she doesn't think Democratic leaders can keep Jefferson County from getting the money it wants for airport expansion in retaliation for not supporting the bill.
Artificial heart patient Carl Bryant lost his fight for life today. The 43-year-old mechanic died as doctors were trying to replace his artificial heart with a human heart. Bryant lived 87 days with the artificial heart. Last night, an acceptable donor heart was finally found, but the left ventricle apparently didn't work. Tonight, a family spokesman told us the Bryants never regretted their decision to try the artificial heart.
There were up times and down times, but he had 3 months to do things he'd never been able to do before, things he'd never been able to say before, to family and friends. And it was a real chance to go on and live.
Carl Bryant's funeral will be Saturday morning in Hikes Point. His father will also be buried Saturday morning. He died earlier this week.
A Louisville man is dead tonight after officials tell us he tried to jump a freight train in the West End. The coroner's office says the victim is 31-year-old Richard Dwayne Spalding of Sutcliffe Avenue. Witnesses say he jumped the train, was moving from one boxcar to another when he slipped and fell. An autopsy will be performed tomorrow.
Tonight, on the banks of the Ohio River, a vigil has started. 2 American Indians are keeping watch over burial mounds. The mounds are in the middle of a new park that's being built in Clarksville, and as Ken Marshall reports, the Indians want to make sure no history is destroyed while the park is being built.
The Indian people, when they make commitments, they realize there's a certain amount of sacrifice that has to be done. So however long it takes here, that's how long we'll stay.
In the shadow of Louisville's skyline, a lone teepee is standing. A watch has started. Here, near the Falls of the Ohio, there are 6 hills. To American Indians, these hills are sacred because they are burial mounds. For years, these mounds have been ignored, but not anymore.
This is a special place. This is a sacred place. It's not a place to dump trash. It makes me want to fight and be proud for my people. You know, it makes me want to not let people come in here and disturb these graves.
Chico Dulac and Randy Medrano want to make sure if there's any remains of their ancestors left here, they're not disturbed.
But you can definitely see that this is not a natural upheaval.
Where these homes are now, a new park will be built soon. Chico and Randy will be watching to make sure no artifacts are lost in the construction.
And for us to be callous or reckless would be a miscue on our part. We're not going to have that happen.
When my time comes and I'm buried and I start my spirit journey, I will want these things with me. And I want people such as ourselves that are still alive to make sure that I keep these things, you know, to make sure that they aren't stolen from me.
Clarksville officials say if any Indian remains are found while the park is being built, construction will be halted.
It's now tougher for people to dump out-of-state trash in Indiana. A new law signed by Governor Evan Bayh went into effect today. Now, trucks hauling trash from other states are being turned away from landfills.
At just one landfill with which I'm familiar this morning, we've turned away 25 truckloads of out-of-state garbage already that were coming into our state illegally.
This new law also requires out-of-state garbage haulers to carry proof that their loads don't have hazardous waste, and it's now going to be tougher to get landfill permits in Indiana.
And now it's time to check in with John for wake-up weather. John?
All right, Pia, thank you. We'll be off to a cool start in the morning, not nearly as cold as the last couple of mornings, though. Partly cloudy skies, and the temperature for the wake-up weather at 42 degrees. Now, some sunshine, some clouds tomorrow. Chance of an afternoon shower, but a nice warm day. 68 tomorrow's high, but cooler for the weekend. More on that coming up in just a little bit.
All righty. Thank you, John.
All righty.
The Sweet 16, Kentucky's 73rd high school basketball championship, is back at Louisville this year, but who knows when it will return after this. While Jessamine County and Paducah-Tillman were battling the floor this afternoon, the mayors of Kentucky's 2 largest cities were battling behind the scenes with the High School Athletic Association. The association wants Louisville and Lexington to bid for the right to host the tournament for 2 consecutive years. But the mayors don't want to get into a bidding war.
Having the tournament 2 years in one place, giving the cities an opportunity to bid on it would be one way of helping control the prices of, say, motels and other facilities in the host city.
Gosh knows the last 2 years since we started this alternating, we have broken all records in both Louisville and Lexington in regard to Sweet 16 attendance, so the fans obviously love it.
I think it's important that the 2 cities work together on this project, because in Kentucky we're not so fortunate we need to be competing against each other all the time.
The Sweet 16 returns to Lexington next year. The KHSAA will decide next month where to take it after that.
A judge has ruled that former President Reagan does not have to turn over his personal diary for the Iran-Contra trial of John Poindexter. Today, the jury in the case began watching 8 hours of videotaped testimony by Reagan. He said he always told his staff to obey the law.
My instructions were that whatever we did in trying to maintain the existence of the Contras should be done within the law. I emphasize that at every time.
Reagan maintained, as he has in the past, that he is still not convinced that arms sales money was diverted illegally to the Contras. At times, Reagan seemed confused. He told attorneys more than 100 times he couldn't recall. The jury hears the last 3 hours of Reagan's testimony tomorrow.
Lithuania has an answer tonight for Soviet President Mikhail Gorbachev. Lithuania says that Gorbachev's latest order could be enforced only by brute military force. Soviet television news said President Gorbachev has directed the KGB to secure all borders and all weapons in Lithuania within 7 days. Well, the leaders of Lithuania insist Gorbachev has no authority in their country and that Soviet forces are in an independent nation illegally. The Lithuania parliament claims to be the successor to the pre-1940 government, independent from Moscow. In Romania, more trouble for a former Soviet bloc country. Thousands of Romanians responded to the demands of ethnic Hungarians for a degree of political strength. The Romanians who attacked these demonstrators were well organized. Peasants were bussed into town carrying clubs and axes. The violence threatens the fragile Romanian state. There are 14 ethnic groups in that country demanding increased rights.
The 30th anniversary of South Africa's Sharpeville massacre did not pass peacefully. 2 people are dead and 50 injured after a battle with police. The fighting broke out amid the memorial services, remembering the 69 people who were killed in the original shootings back in 1960. Here at home, a bill to ban homemade semi-automatic assault weapons has cleared a U.S. House subcommittee, and co-sponsor Ron Mazzoli of Louisville says that bodes well for eventual passage. The 3rd District lawmaker says congressional attitudes toward gun control are changing. Mazzoli says that revives hope for the bill, which requires a 7-day waiting period to buy a handgun.
There has been more violence in the Greyhound bus strike. This bus was heading from Las Vegas to Los Angeles when it was hit by a barrage of rocks on I-15. The front windshield was shattered, sending flying glass into the eyes of one passenger. She was treated at a Las Vegas hospital and released. No arrests were reported.
Singer Gloria Estefan is in a New York hospital tonight. She was transferred there this morning to undergo back surgery. Doctors in Scranton, Pennsylvania say there's a slim chance she could still suffer some paralysis. Estefan, her husband, and son were hospitalized yesterday after a truck slammed into their tour bus near Scranton. It will be at least 6 months before she's able to perform again.
Still to come on Nightcast, children of war. Their childhood memories would be our children's nightmares.
All they have is dead trees, skeletons all around, dead bodies, this different kind of animals that eat dead bodies.
Tonight's news is brought to you by Liberty National Bank. There are banks, and there is liberty. Hail to the city of Louisville. These words were carved over 130 years ago by master stonemason Charles Heigold right into the front of his home. He loved this city. He wanted to build something to honor her. About the same time, a bank opened, also determined to build something strong and proud for Louisville. The old stonemason's work still stands. And the bank, well, there are banks, and there is liberty.
So, you buying a new car?
Yeah.
Looked at a Nissan Stanza?
No.
Why?
I'm getting a Camry.
Stanza has more horsepower.
Yeah?
Want to test drive a Stanza?
No.
Why?
I'm getting a Camry.
Come on, take a test drive. If you buy a Camry, we'll give you $100.
Why?
Well, we think once you drive a Stanza, you won't want a Camry.
Okay, wait. I test drive a Stanza.
Yeah.
I buy a Camry.
Yeah.
I get $100?
Yeah.
What do I get if I buy the Stanza?
A great car at a great price.
Take the Nissan Stanza Challenge now.
The University of Kentucky has always been very important to the state, with a big job to do. But unless things change, UK will not have what it takes to do it. And UK, as we know it, can't go on. Tell your state legislators you support the University of Kentucky, and so should the state. UK is worth it.
Winner of the Associated Press Award for Best Newscast. You're watching Wave 3 News Nightcast with Don Schroeder, Jackie Hayes, meteorologist John Belsky, and sports with Bob Domine.
Wave 3, part of your life.
For many of us, war seems far away. but it is a reality for children who have lived through it in other countries. And some of those children are visiting Louisville as part of a youth peace program. As Allison Bell reports, they hope their stories will inspire others to work for peace.
Fighting on Israel's West Bank, just pictures on a TV screen to most of us, but scattered among the bombs, children trying to grow up. For them, play fighting becomes the real thing.
Teenagers suiciding in Israel because of the fact that they can't bear the stress of being in the army.
Dana is one of the 6 teenagers who came to Louisville as part of the 1990 Children of War tour to share their friendship and their stories. Some fled war-torn countries years ago.
The houses were burning. The little children were crying for their mother and fathers.
I just wake up, and when you go out on the streets, you see somebody who's been cut into pieces.
And then I saw this other guy. I mean, I don't think he did anything wrong. They caught him and then they boiled him alive.
Anytime I talk about it, it seems like it just happened yesterday. I guess I will never get over it.
Louisville students say they've learned lifelong lessons from their new friends.
You know, they're from different places, but everybody's so much alike.
When I heard the stories, it sort of made me think about my own country and, you know, what could possibly someday happen here.
The group hopes this is just the start of a worldwide peace movement.
We've seen bodies smashed and broken. We've seen what I could never see.
No more gangs, no more drugs, no more guns, killing.
Stop racism and stop judging somebody just because of his country or stereotypes that you've heard about.
I really believe that we have the power to change and we don't have to agree with things that we don't seem to like.
Most of these teenagers participating now live in America. Only a few of them will be returning to their homeland when this program ends.
Now it's time to go out in the backyard. John, you're going to wake us up with that bright jacket.
Think spring, we always say.
It's like a sunrise.
Sure yeah. Don't want anybody to go to sleep during this weather forecast. We'll be back to pass along another warm one for you coming up after this.
For $21,050, you not only get all these items, but this handsome carrying case as well. Presenting the Lexus ES250. Come in for a test drive at Lexus of Louisville.
Everyone knows Shoney's serves great fried and charbroiled seafood. But you know, Shoney's also serves great baked seafood. Hot from the oven. Very hot.
Fishing with Tom.
Today we're going to show you how to catch the best tasting fish around. Just go to Shoney's.
After studying every angle, a leading consumer testing magazine rated the Lawn Boy M Series mower a best buy. Not surprising, it has one of the most powerful engines you can buy, the toughest rust-free deck you can buy, the most advanced lubrication system you can buy, and because it's a Lawn Boy, it may be the last lawnmower you'll ever need to buy.
Toyota's Big League event is now going on, and Oxmoor Toyota has been authorized to offer great factory-to-dealer incentives. Save up to $800 on Corolla and Tercel. Save up to $931 with special option packages on Camry, Corolla, 4x4, and Celica. Then save up to an additional $1,000 on Camry and up to $1,300 on 4x2 pickups. See the all-new Previa during Toyota's Big League sales event, now going on at Oxmoor Toyota, across from Oxmoor Center.
Well, after last night's display of the Northern Lights around the area, we've had a number of calls from people saying, John, when are we going to see it again? Well, you really can't say for sure. These Northern Lights occur anywhere from a couple of hours to a couple of days after a massive solar storm on the sun, and there should be some more of those later in the year. Can't pinpoint which day that's going to be, though, but hopefully we're going to see another display or two of the Northern Lights later on this year. Well, we have a cool, not a cold, but a cool night in progress outside here with Clear skies now will give way to some clouds later tonight, 42 degrees, the overnight low temperature. And then for tomorrow, a mixture of sun and clouds and possibly a shower during the afternoon hours, about 30% chance of rain on a nice warm day, 68 the high for tomorrow. We do have clouds moving into the Ohio Valley tonight out to the west of us. See, there's a high, thin clouds be with us during the morning hours. But again, we're going to see some sunshine tomorrow. Nearest rain occurring out across Iowa into Nebraska tonight, along a couple of cold fronts out that way. But look how warm it was ahead of the fronts today. Lots of temperatures in the 70s and even into the 80s in the Texas Panhandle. And this warm air surging into the Ohio Valley. A warm day tomorrow. If we get enough sunshine, we might hit 70 tomorrow afternoon. Then these fronts will move through. The first front will bring drier weather in after a few showers. The second front will drop the temperatures. Here's how the forecast weather maps look for tomorrow. In the morning at 7 a.m., scattered showers, Illinois on into Missouri. By midday, the scattered showers still out to the west of us. Should be up to 60 by the midday hours. And then scattered showers late afternoon. You see very warm temperatures, though, expected across the region. Tonight with clear skies, current temperature is 43 here in Louisville, 48 at Audubon Park. New Haven, you have 46 degrees right now, and 43 over in Leavenworth, Indiana. Today's high up at 61, 27 the low temperature this morning. We're in one of those roller coaster weather patterns, going up temperatures tomorrow and then going right back down over the weekend. The real cold air up in Canada tonight. Watch what happens over the next several days. Surges down into the country and won't get close enough here to produce snow probably. Just a very slight chance of snow over the weekend, mainly just liquid rain as it turns cooler. 3-day forecast is for 42 the low tonight, partly cloudy, partly sunny, slight chance of a shower tomorrow, 68. Friday, 55, partly cloudy skies, and a chance of light rain Saturday, high of 52, and another chance of light rain on Sunday. But yes, we still do have an outside shot of some light snow at some point over the weekend, although the highest chance would appear to be north of here.
Don't like to hear that. There will be a rain and sun, though, lawn cutting weather. You cut yours today.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Thanks a lot, John.
All righty.
All righty. Let's go over here where it's basketball day, night, morning, afternoon, you name it.
And they packed Freedom Hall and had a good time. Tonight, a big game between Shelby County and North Hardin. Sweet 16 highlights and scores when we come back. But first, let's check on tonight's NBA scoreboard.
Bill Collins Ford gives the used car buyer value and dependability. Just look at these specials.
Drive home an '89 Taurus GL with automatic, air, tilt, and cruise for just $197 down and $197 a month. Or choose an '89 Tempo GL with automatic, air, and more, just $159 down and $159 a month.
Bill Collins Ford, a tradition of quality used cars for 20 years.
I'm Bill Collins. How do you do?
Want to find the best buys on the best products? Then shop Winn-Dixie, the store that brings you low prices nobody can beat. Nobody. Right now in our produce department, you'll find Harvest Fresh white seedless grapes for only 68 cents a pound. Here's a great low price on a family favorite. WD Whole Smoke Picnics are 87 cents a pound. Save on refreshing Coke, too. Take home 2-liter Coke or Diet Coke for 98 cents at Winn-Dixie.
Another drink, bartender.
Drunk drivers often don't live with the consequences.
Lincoln Town Car has something no luxury sedan has had in 38 years. Motor Trend's Car of the Year Award. And now other Lincolns come with something extra. On the V8 power and luxury of Lincoln Mark 7, a $1,500 customer cash award. And on Continental, one of the world's most advanced luxury cars, a $1,500 customer cash award. The 1990 Lincolns. We've won our award. See a Lincoln Mercury dealer for yours.
Ask your Lincoln Mercury dealer about special red carpet lease rates.
8th Region champ Shelby County went at it with 5th Region champ North Hardin tonight in round 1 of the Sweet 16. The Rockets used its veteran savvy and guile and outgunned the Trojans. Junior Mike Clark with a turnaround shot, 12 first quarter points, 22-9 Shelby at the end of one. North Hardin had its moments. Gary Valentine and Darren Jaquise on the break, but the Trojans shot only 30% at the half. We're down 36-21 at the intermission. Shelby County got a big night from the guy here. Senior Chris Armstrong puts one back for 2 of his 18. The lead ballooned to 26 before the Rockets spread the floor and played keep away and settled eventually for the 70-50 win. Earlier tonight, Clark County and White battled Belfry. Clark County pretty much had their way. Shane Crum scores off the alley-oop. Then it's Crum to Robbie Folks along the baseline. He hit the short jumper. Clark County led by 9 at the half. Belfry tried to sneak a little closer when Jim Dotson scores in the low post. It's just not to be. Clark County jams in the second half to win 81-50. Earlier this afternoon, Jessamine County advanced with a win over Paducah. Tillman and Covington Holmes beat Boyd County. The National Invitational Tournament moved into the quarterfinals tonight with Penn State at Rutgers. Let's take a look. Penn State in the dark uniforms, real dark, is down by 1 with a minute to go. They scored as the shot clock is running out and go up by 1. They seal it at the line eventually, and the Nittany Lions celebrate the move on to Madison Square Garden with the 58-55 win. Elsewhere in the quarterfinals of the NIT, it is New Orleans. There they are. Vanderbilt beat New Orleans tonight, and rather handily, 88-65. Indiana Mr. Basketball candidate Eric Montrose of Lawrence North High School says he will play his college basketball for Dean Smith at North Carolina. IU fans had hoped the 7-footer would stay home and be a Hoosier. Baseball fans are smiling again. Their heroes are back. The Reds got in their first complete workout today, a 3-hour and 45-minute affair under new manager Lou Piniella. The guys are pretty happy guys.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
If you're a baseball fan.
If you're a baseball fan.
Yes.
Thanks, Bob. Coming up next, a night to remember for Cinderella and the Kentucky Center for the Arts.
And you still think your Ford truck is better than a Chevy?
Uh-huh. Just because the Ford's got more power, more payload, and costs less?
Yeah, that's why Ford's still #1.
But Chevy's ads say they're winning.
Winning what? Second place.
Save on F-150 where quality is standard. Your Ford dealer.
Ray, if you're going to trade that thing in, you better hurry, because you ain't got much truck left.
This is the farewell tour of Gunther Gable Williams. Unrivaled entertainment in the grand tradition of Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. The greatest show on earth.
Coming to Freedom Hall 2 days only, March 27th and 28th. Tickets on sale at Freedom Hall box office and all ticket run outlets.
¿Qué es lo mejor del Bristol Bar and Grill? La comida, seguro. Es lo mejor escogido en el mercado. Cocinado con los mejores y naturales ingredientes. El Bristol tiene muchas variedades en el menú. Muy popular y recetas internacionales, y también de las más famosas regiones americanas. También tenemos fettuccinis de Ramón. Es Bristolicious.
He came from a poor family in Philadelphia, and then he shot to stardom and married 3 of Hollywood's hottest leading ladies. On the next Sally Jesse Raphael, we have an exclusive interview with Eddie Fisher, who bounced from the bed of Debbie Reynolds into the arms of Elizabeth Taylor and then married Connie Stevens. He self-destructed from sex, drugs, and alcohol and really lost it all. Don't miss Eddie Fisher next Sally.
Tomorrow morning at 9, only on Wave 3.
There's never been a better time to buy a Star Ford Escort. Come in, make your best deal. Then get an additional $750 cash bonus plus 6.9% APR financing. You can also get 6.9% APR or a cash bonus on these. Get $500 on Aerostar, $750 on Taurus, LTD, Crown Victoria, or F-Series pickup, $1,000 on Mustang, Festiva, or Ranger. There's never been a better time to buy a Ford or a better dealer to buy it from than Star Ford across from Oxmoor.
It's a dream come true for many ballet lovers. Cinderella is coming to the Kentucky Center for the Arts. Tonight's dress performance kicks off the Louisville Ballet Company's spring finale. The fairy tale is complete with an elaborate set, a valiant heroine, and of course the ugly stepsisters. If the ugly stepsisters seem a little masculine, your eyes aren't deceiving you. The ballet master and artistic director, both men, are taking on the comic roles.
And tomorrow night's performance starts at 8 o'clock.
Looks pretty good.
Sure does.
Hope you have a nice night. Thanks for joining us.
Wave 3, part of your life.